How's it going, everybody? It's me, Nono. Welcome back to another video. Now, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today we're going to be doing a review. I've been wanting to do reviews on the channel for a while now, but I thought I shouldn't do it unless I actually know my territory. And today we're going to be doing Chucky. I watched Chucky ever since I was a kid, and I have watched the franchise for the longest time. But we're not going to be watching the original franchise, because if I was, then I would have to sit and make individual videos for Child's Play 1, Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, Cult of Chucky, and then the Chucky TV series. But I don't have time for that, and plus it ruined my future plans, so shut up. Today we're actually going to be doing the Mark Hamill's 2019 Child's Play reboot that I honestly think did really good and should have got a sequel in my opinion, but due to like people and everything and people being idiots, nothing. The movie's not necessarily bad. I think it's really good. It does have an original idea. Instead of going towards the whole voodoo is bad, it goes AI is bad, which it's not much of a difference, but it's still a good difference and a great lesson to have overall about the movie. The movie did really good. It apparently had 5.7 on IMDb, 63% on Rotten Tomatoes, and then I had a 48-minute on Metacritic. 48? What do you mean this had 48% on Metacritic? What? Did we watch the same movie? I feel like you guys may have seen a parody or something. You gave this 48%? You gave Mark Hamill a 48? Anyway, before we get into any of that, let's at least try to, examine this movie, watch it, and explain why it never really got a sequel, but why I think, personally, it is a masterpiece of a film. With a movie that had a budget of $10 million, it came back with 45. You gave this movie a budget of $10 million, and it made back nearly quadruple your money. And you didn't give it a sequel. FNAF and Venom, yeah, had good box office, but they had worse fucking ratings. Ooh. What? A movie with $10 million made back $45 million, so it did more than what it was, so it made back its money plus more. But we live in a timeline where fucking Rob Snyder can have 2 Deuce Bigelows and multiple Norma the North fucking movies, but I can't have a second fucking Mark Hamill Chucky? Let's at least provide some context of why the movie was even made in the first place. So Don Mancini is the original creator of Chucky, and when the first movie came out, it was under the licensing of MGM. After that, it kind of went to push it aside to Universal, but because MGM kind of owns the first movie, it's kind of the only reason why if you ever do see a Chucky collection, you never really get the first movie, because MGM, it's a whole different studio that owns the first movie, so you would have to always ask their permission to release the movie. But because MGM also has the copyright and everything for the first movie, they legally have every right to kind of redo the movie because it's their own IP, so they are allowed to kind of do it. But Don Mancini, being the original creator he is, kind of was against it, so he really didn't give him his full permission. But MGM really just said, hey, it's our script, our movie, you really can't do anything about it. So although it does say he's credited in the film, the original creator had nothing to do with this movie. Besides that, too, we also have, an all-star cast with Aubrey Plaza and Brian Tyree Henry, who was in Eternals and Bullet Train. He was also in one of my favorite movies, but I just can't put my finger on it. I know he played a really good character. With a promising all-star cast, with a really good Chucky, and a budget of $10 million, how did the product end up? Well, let's sit here and we'll watch and see what happened. We start off the movie with an Amazon, Caslin commercial for the Alexa Buddy Doll. Sorry, I don't know why this is reminding me of an evil corporation that wants nothing to do but make everything in your home connected to a small device so they can track your data and sell it to an ad company. But yes, we don't have the good guy anymore. We have the buddy with an eye cut each time. The Buddy Doll is a toy every kid wants from Caslin. After connecting to an app via your phone, it can connect via cloud to connect to every single Caslin product you have in your household with a single wave of a finger. Because why be a parent when you can just have technology be your parent? After the commercial, we are seeing a sweatshop worker daydreaming in the middle of a job. Well, so ugly about Jennifer Tilly. I mean, come on, it's Jennifer Tilly. And his boss catches him and slaps him really fucking hard. And says, you know what, you're a worthless piece of shit. After this doll, get out. So, because he knows this is his last doll, he takes up all safety procedures and protocols on this AI coding, so the AI is kind of more allowed to do whatever it wants on its free will. And of course, after this, he simply walks out happily free with nothing.
Mac, wasn't that your car?
It was actually the wife's.
Title card! After that, we are shown to our main characters. Karen, played by Aubrey Plaza, the most adorable angel in Hollywood you've ever seen. God, Aubrey Plaza gets it going. And Gabriel Bateman as Andy, which I have never seen most movie roles with him before, but he's in a movie with Russell Crowe, so I mean, I'll probably check it out. Here we see them move into a new apartment because, you know, life. So Andy's a new kid in town, and of course he's shy. He doesn't want to hang out with kids or anything. He just wants to be in the hallway by himself and just chill, you know, because he's shy. Why make friends where you can just talk to yourself in the corner? I know her name's Karen, but in this day of age, it's kind of rude to call someone Karen, even if that's her name. So I'm just going to call her Audrey for the whole review. Audrey Blows is at work, and that's when we're introduced to Chucky. The customer brings him back because, of course, he has red glitchy eyes and he doesn't work. So Audrey asks the boss, hey, what do we do with toys? And he's like, oh, we just send them back to the company. They probably throw them away. She's like, okay, can I keep them? He's like, nah. She's like, I tell you what, you cheated. And he's like, okay, you can keep it. Annie gets home from school, and then we're introduced to the worst guy ever. His name is Shane. I hate Shane. And I'm going to say it a lot like that, because Shane is just an asshole. It's just an asshole. He's that stereotypical dad, boyfriend, whatever, that you don't like because he only just wants your mom and he doesn't care about you type stepdad, you know? But he's not, he's just the mom's boyfriend, and that's what's coming to him in this movie, okay? So we're gonna get to that when we get to that. Andy does not like Shane. So he goes in the hallway to go chill by himself. And by that, we are introduced to Officer Mike, played by Brian Tyree Henry. God, oh my God, I love this guy. He's so good. But Detective Mike in the original movie was okay. He is kind of the only reason Chucky is an adult in the first place. He was a cop hunting down Chucky, and the cop that really wanted to stop Chucky and been pursuing him for years until Chucky put himself into a doll and he lost track of where he was, but was also mostly the savior in the first movie. After that, though, we don't ever see Detective Mike ever fucking again in the movie series whatsoever, so. In this one, though, Mike is definitely involved, though. Not a lot, but you know he's a character in the movie, and that's what I really want. And with this actor, Officer Mike is, of course, a really good guy. He bonds with Andy, of course makes Andy not feel lonely anymore, but tells him, hey, you know, I live with my mama too, it's okay, man. So after they talk for a little bit, Audrey comes out to say, hey, Shane is gone. You want to come back inside? I have a present for you. He's like, okay. So then Audrey brings out the good guy. Buddy doll. He's not a good guy. Totally different. Andy is low-key not as hyped as his mother wants him to be, because to him this is a kid's toy. It's probably, you know, a little 5 years too late, mom. But, you know, he has a heart. He's not a fucking asshole. He actually does boot up the robot and everything to really at least show that his mom is like, hey, you know, I like it. I'm trying to play with it. You know, I'm giving it a chance. She's the best mom ever. And as booting him up, this is where we start to see the glitch happening, and we get kind of a weird, lame excuse to why he's named Chucky.
It's my name. How so? Did you say Chucky? What? No, not even close.
Han Solo. Isn't that the guy whose sperm calls the weirdest trilogy of the Star Wars franchise in history?
I don't get it. Don't we all confuse Han Solo for Chucky every day? Like, come on. I totally see the connection here, guys. What's wrong with you? His mom thinks he doesn't like it, but Andy's like, hey, no, I'm kidding. This is, like, literally a good gift. Okay, Mom? I worship you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Which a child should fucking do a lot more often. So Andy takes Chucky to his room to kind of show him around and kind of introduce him to things. Now, this scene in particular, I did not know Chucky's CGI. Chucky throughout the whole movie has sometimes his practical effects or his CGI effects. And when CGI is noticeable, it's really, really noticeable. But I was actually surprised I didn't catch it in this scene until I saw the behind the scenes features. This is actually one of the scenes where Chucky is actually CGI and it works. But yeah, Chucky's also introduced to his cat, Mickey Rooney. And sort of Breakfast from Tiffany's joke here. While Andy is showing him off, you know, he gets scratched by the cat, you know, because cats are assholes, and Mickey Rooney just really didn't like Andy that night for some reason. I don't know. So Andy goes to like heal himself up. I don't know what, wash off the blood and band-aid it. I don't know. Then he comes back to a court, Chucky choking the cat. Oh my god! You don't do that, bad Chucky. No, just stop. Andy scolds Chucky me like, you can't do that, man. And Chucky's like, but he hurt you. And Andy's like, you still don't hurt people who hurt me. What the fuck? But the next scene, Andy is shown in the hallway with Chucky because, you know, he wants Chucky to see the outside world and experience everything, whatever. I don't know. So he's in the hallway and we're introduced to his two new friends, Pug and Fallon. Phelan? Whatever, I don't know. But they are also introduced to Chucky, but then they realize that Chucky is against protocol. He is saying bad words and he's doing things he's not really supposed to do. So instead of, you know, being concerned and telling someone, they just fuck around with the puppet. Doll. And the kids are shown bonding, they do some wacky stuff, and they even pull some pranks on Shane. And then we get just this weird scene. Wouldn't Audrey Plaza be considered the millennial? Especially around the age of the time. And wouldn't Andy technically be a Gen Z type person or something? I don't want to think too much about this. Why am I thinking too much about this? Okay, I'm 23 myself. Why the fuck am I thinking about this? Later that night, the kids go back home so they can go watch a movie. And then watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2? Why would you watch 2? The first movie's right there. But anyways, they see that Chucky sees that they're having fun, watching really bad jokes and some killings on the TV. So Chucky's like, I can grab a knife, you know, try to, you know, be a little funny. But the kids are scared, so they pin Chucky down. But then Chucky, I guess, malfunctions or something because he accidentally swipes Andy with the knife, and Chucky is shown in a scene of him feeling bad. This scene right here kind of perfects why it's different from Chucky, Brad Dourif's, and Mark Hamill's Chucky. Brad Dourif's Chucky would just kill with no remorse, would make a joke about it, and just, you know, say, haha, whatever, fuck you. Mark Hamill's Chucky will probably do it more of a remorse thing. He wants to protect Andy, but then in the end he turns bad because he feels like Andy betrayed him. So it's kind of a good guy gone bad situation. Good guy being an inside joke, but, you know, but working both ways. Anyways, so after that, the next scene shows Audrey and Shane are hanging out. And Audrey made cookies, and she has never baked before. And she even says, hey, I never baked, but these look good. And his exact words are, I'm not hungry, I'm gonna just grab another beer. I'm not fucking kidding you, that's his exact line.
I'm not really hungry. I'm gonna grab another beer.
And it's like, dude, this is why I hate Shane. Like, if someone was so self-conscious about baking and told me, hey, I baked these cookies, I never baked before in my life, tell me how they are, I would eat the fuck out of them and just say they're good, even if they're good or not. Like, the fuck? You don't just... Shane's an asshole. But Shane gets scared by Chucky again, so then he's like, what, you think this is funny? So then the mom's like, hey, so I'm gonna go hide Chucky away in a glass cabinet because... well, Shane doesn't like him, but, you know, also Mickey Rooney might gets a little scared from him sometimes. So while he's in there, Chucky's like, well, okay, you heard her. I gotta go kill the cat. The next day, Andy comes home from school, and he does see Chucky's body over Mickey Rooney's body. And it's a little bit unsettling. You only see it via the blood, which is a really good shot, and the glass door. It's both really good shots, but... yeah, sad moment for Mickey Rooney. So Andy goes to bury him down the trash chute. I can understand you just don't want anyone to find out about your dead cat, but I think he deserves a better burial ground than a fucking garbage chute. Ooh, I know exactly where to bury him if you want a really cool crossover. That night, though, is also tortured by Chucky in the most unsatisfying way of just hearing the audio play, of just hearing Mickey Rooney get killed. And it's just unnerving, and it just shows that Chucky Chucky knows what he's doing, I swear. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's just playing mind games with Andy now, and it's not cool. But then Shane gets scared by Chucky again, and I don't know what makes Shane so, like, big man of the house for some reason. So he's like, tells Andy off, like, hey, I'm sorry if you don't like me and all, but too bad, I'm fucking your mom and there's nothing you can do about it. So Andy, of course, gets rightfully sad, but he does say the wrong words to Chucky. So Chucky then goes like, okay, well that's my cue, and then goes to go kill off Shane, which is always indicated by, you know, the camera's following the person, because, you know, they're probably gonna get killed. And then this is like one of the worst reveals of Shane. Fucking asshole's married and he has 2 beautiful daughters. What the fuck? I understand, Audrey Plaza, hot as fuck. But you have a wife and 2 kids. What the fuck? Shane gets exactly what's getting to him, though, because I really hated him as a character. It's just, he's such an asshole. So as he's taking on the lights from the roof of his house, Chucky is, of course, there trying to make him scared or whatever. Something's causing him to fall. Of course, Chucky does, and he falls in the most gnarly way I can. Now, I love gore in horror movies, especially the ones that look more realistic, because if you can feel the pain, then it's doing a good job of trying to trick you into thinking the pain's real. And I feel this pain every fucking time I watch this scene. I can't not watch it without cringing because it's just so good, but ooh, I just can't. But yeah, after that scene, he's on the floor trying not to get chopped up by the lawnmower, and then we get the good callback from earlier about the Tupac thing.
This is for Tupac.
Say what you want, AI or possessed by a man, Chucky does know how to kill in the most creative ways ever. The next day, Andy sees that he has a gift of Chucky. Not the best gift ever, but I would take it. So he calls his friends to be like, hey, so Chucky gave me head. I don't know how to describe that any better, but I need your help hiding the evidence. And he's like, well, shit. So they wrap it up in a present to make it look like a present, so when they go throw it down to, you know, shoot, it doesn't look suspicious that he has a giant round ball, potentially bleeding. And then his mom's home. Should have checked for that. She's like, what you got there? He's like, oh, it's a gift, you know, for the granny down this, the blood, you know, she helps me with my homework. And she's like, oh, okay, let's go give it to her. He's like, what?
What? So
he tries to give it to her, then he somehow convinces her, like, hey, this gift's for you, but let's not open it together till my birthday, you know? You open a gift, I open a gift, it's a birthday thing, you know? We do it all the time. And she's like, okay. So then that night, him and his friends just decide they have to take out Chucky. They have to kill him before he can do any more harm and kill anyone else. So they do, put him down. They take out his arc reactor and boom, he's done. Chucky's dead. The movie's done, guys. 40 minutes in, the movie's done. No. Andy just throws him down to shoot, and that's where we get the creepy maintenance guy. I don't like creepy maintenance guy. He's really creepy for a maintenance guy. Let me tell you, just this guy is, he also gets what deserved what's coming to him.
Time to open you up. Let's see what we're dealing with.
So Andy goes to the dinner of the Granny and Mike's house, because then, well, he needs that present back. He doesn't want to tell anyone that he gave head to an old lady. Why do I keep saying it in the most wrong ways? But he's able to sneak it out. It's an okay scene, but throughout the whole time he's at dinner, the maintenance guy is trying to fix Chucky. He sees that Chucky is missing an arc reactor, somehow does same hours shipping to this fucking thing, so he fixes up Chucky. Creepy maintenance guy, while rebuilding Chucky, reveals that he has cameras hidden in every fucking apartment, especially Audrey Plaza's toilet. Oh my god. Chucky sees this and also sees that he has a camera inside Granny's house, and Granny is calling Andy her best friend. And Chucky's like, nuh-uh, bitch, he's my best friend. So he gets everything up, he kills the maintenance guy, and with, again, satisfying. Yeah! Twist his dick. The old dick twist. Twist his dick. Twist his dick. Okay, that works too. So then that night, Chucky goes over to Omar's house to be his buddy, and then so he could just, you know, introduce himself to the friends. But then for some reason, the friends don't believe Andy that that's Chucky. That's Chucky. And he's like, oh, well, we're gonna have to go to the third aspect. Bye. Remember, Granny said that Andy's her best friend now. So Chucky's like, nah, bitch, he's my BFF, and goes to kill her that night with a self-driving car. Again, another example of why, although it's AI, he has a lot of better benefits and powers. Something that Voodoo can do, but something that is just not as scary as AI. Just knowing that the technology at the wave of a finger can really kill you while it's trying to protect you at the same time, which is a really good message I feel like everyone should just be fucking like knowing at this point. Don't put everything in your house, technology, and have it connected to one device. Don't do that. Granny is killed, and these kills every time do get more and more creative every time. They're not just doing the classic knife to the chest or knife to the body thing like Chucky always does in the original franchise, which is always fine, but creative kills are always more fun to watch during a horror movie, you know? If a killer can at least be creative with his kills, then you kind of want to follow, like, to see what he's going to do next, you know? So then the next day, Andy goes to work with his mom. Probably going to have a babysitter, I don't know. And then he sees that Chucky also is there too. Chucky does try to torment him and show him the videos of him saying, I wish Shane was dead, and shows pictures of Shane's head on the TV screen. Psychologically fucking with Andy, making him go insane and having to go beat up Chucky. But because he's beating up Chucky, Omar's like, hey, don't beat up my dog, you jealous son of a bitch, and then goes and beat up Andy. And while he's beating up Andy, Andy does steal his phone. His mom has to break up the fight, they go home, but then that night, Andy's like, hey, so I have a bunch of evidence because apparently Chucky has 24-hour live streaming privileges on him, so we can always chat into his, like, webcam and see what's going on. And she's like, wait, you stole Omar's phone? You don't do that, Andy. I don't care if this has evidence to prove that you're not crazy. You don't steal evidence from someone. I'm gonna go give this phone back. Don't act crazy by the time I'm gone. This is just where Chucky's AI powers definitely really shine. It shows that he can fuck with Andy with every product he has that's Catholic in the house. Especially Andy's hearing aid. Andy's hearing aid is a Catholic product, but has Wi-Fi in a cloud? I'm not going to push too much on it because it does create a suspenseful thing for Mark Hamill's Chucky to be scary in his ears, to make it sound like he's always around him when he's not around him. And then Chucky torments Andy by putting something on the TV screen, and it was probably most likely Madam Web, because Andy's reaction to it is the most honest reaction to Madam Web I have ever seen.
You're just like your mother.
Yes, I am.
And then Audrey Plaza comes to the door, and with honestly the same reaction I had after watching Madam Web, to say, Andy, you're fucking crazy. You're going to work with me tomorrow. So tomorrow, it's the day, the Buddy 2 release. Now, they always say the Buddy 2 is going to be like the Buddy 1, but, you know, better. So, of course, it's a big launch event, you know. But while that's happening, Mike and his people are also investigating the creepy maintenance guy's death. To show that also, because they threw away the head on that same day, they didn't really get a chance to really get rid of the evidence, because the maintenance guy died. So when they opened up the gift, they saw it was a head. And when Mike saw that it was the exact same gift he was going to give to his mom, and that his mom died, he thinks Andy's the culprit. Because of course, because Andy looks like the fucking Jigsaw of this universe. Andy is a fucking criminal mastermind. How did I never see it before? While that's happening, the sword's preparing for the Buddy 2 release. And all of that's happening, the mascot is putting on his head. Now, this scene is a little bit also one of those, like, oh my god, it's unnerving because he gets stabbed by Chucky, but while he's also presenting himself in front of everyone just thinks it's an act, like, woo, wow, who's ready for the Buddy 2 release? When he's more like, oh my god, I got stabbed, someone help me, like, he's stuck in a mat. I don't know, he can't talk because of his whole, like, he got stabbed in the throat, but, like, it's always unnerving to, like, you know, you need help, but someone just think you're acting, or they can't help you because they don't think that you're serious, so those scenes are always just like, ugh, they get me the shivers, just ugh. But then Detective Mike goes to pin down Andy saying, you're arrested, you son of a bitch, and then sees that the guy is getting stabbed, so he handcuffs Andy to the fucking shelf. Best cop ever, I guess. And then Chucky just reveals himself to everyone. And I think this one is also a perfect example of why Mark Hamill's Chucky is a little bit cooler than OG Chucky. OG Chucky is a doll. You're not gonna suspect the doll to be the killer, so he can always hide in plain sight. He can kill someone and then just go to the fucking corner like nothing happened, and that's always scary and weird at the same time. Like, you're kind of just like, man, he got away with it. That nasty doll. Chucky just reveals himself. He's like, guess what? I'm the mastermind. And then he just AI, so he's able to go to anything casual in that fucking store. And I guess they already have everything turned on or something, you know, there's no off switch. So Chucky hacks into the drone, hacks into the fucking other buddy dolls, especially the bear ones. I think the bear buddies are such a cool addition. When can we get bear Chucky? Hashtag Chucky furries. Wait, not that, like, I didn't mean it like that. As the whole scene is going down, we get a good, like, montage of just, you know, main characters versus buddy dolls. And the CGI does have a hit or miss at this time, but overall, it's a really good scene. I really like it. And as it looks like it's over, the kids are about to escape, and then Chucky's like, Andy, I have your mother. So then Andy's like, alright, it's time to do this one-on-one. Let's get, motherfucker, me and you, let's get. So then, Andy goes back to go try to find his mom in the back rooms.
Alright, Chucky. You wanna play? Let's play.
So, Andy meets up with Chucky, and of course he tries to save his mom, but then they have the good classic Chucky versus Andy, bro. Which, you don't really see much in the original movies, so like Curse of Chucky or Cult of Chucky. It's nice to see kind of a good old-fashioned Chucky versus Andy fight, not Andy running around or trying to hide from Chucky type vibe. So it's really nice to see Andy kind of step up. And there is so many situations, I swear to God, Aubrey Plaza should have fucking choked already on this thing. Like, I don't know how long it takes for someone to fucking suffocate via hanging, but she could have died so many times. So yeah, they defeat Chucky, they do everything they can, and while it looks like Chucky's on the ground, you know, defeated and everything, if you ever watch horror movies, you know this is the part where the killer comes back from one last scare. So of course Chucky's about to jump attack him, until he gets shot by Mike with the most amazing callback from the original movie that you can only give to a badass character like Detective fucking Mike.
This is the end, friend.
This is the end.
Woo! MVP! 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 Detective Mike is literally, he had his mixed moments, but he is still pretty badass. Mostly because of the actor himself. I love this guy. So the movie ends with Caslim telling everyone that, hey, sorry for the whole store incident with everyone dying. We must have been a little error code, so we're going to recall all of our Buddy 1 and 2s and just make sure it's good for relaunch. And while that's happening, the kids are shown destroying the last body of Chucky, just as a group, to make sure he's really gone forever. But is he really? Because when the truck closes on the truck, it does show that one Chucky doll has the red eyes, indicating that Chucky is still alive via the cloud. And that it does have potential sequel bait, but nothing happens. And that, everybody, is a review of Child's Play 2019. I could have gone into more detail, and I could have explained a lot more why this movie was good, but overall, I will admit, I could have just really liked this movie a lot. So I really did probably try to look past a lot of the flaws. But be watching it for this review, I can admit, there were certain things that could have been better throughout this movie, but overall, in my opinion, it should have at least had the right to at least try to expand itself with the sequel. If I was to be in charge of the sequel, I think it should be maybe Andy and his friends are kind of in like the later years of high school, maybe sophomore, maybe college, maybe senior year. And you could probably just have them being like, hey, the Buddy 2.1 release is coming out. I don't think we can focus on school with knowing Chucky might still be out there somehow. So of course Chucky will probably come back. And with the 2.1, maybe Buddy, it could probably have a lot more stuff in it too. Like, oh, maybe more features, more abilities or whatever. But they know that they can't kill Chucky until they destroy the cloud maybe. So they would probably could have to go to like Caslin HQ and have to destroy Chucky from the inside of the cloud out. So kind of like some Hack-A-Man situation. And then Chucky could be there and probably use like prototypes of new toys and probably old versions of toys to go against Andy's. It could be like kind of a Caslin product versus Andy's group thing. I feel like it could probably work as long as, you know, you got a good script and you try to keep the momentum how the original movie was and everything like that. So you could still do your Child's Play reboot with the same sequel, probably with subtitles underneath the titles, but you could probably do your own franchise too if you just consist on more on the AI feature, trying to push away from anything similar to the original movie. This is a perfect example why you could make a remake over a reboot, or something about a reboot over a remake. A reboot is something that's completely start over, fresh new. A remake is a retelling. The same movie just different actors, but the exact same plot still goes the exact same way. This is a perfect example of why a reboot does work, because the reboot really did take the original idea, but twisted it around so it could be its own original idea, with a little bit of a reference here or there to the original movie. You know, the canon events. In my opinion, I think that's what the Child's Play reboot is all about. It's just a really good message saying don't have your Wi-Fi be connected to everything in the house, don't have one device connect to everything in the house, and don't overtrust companies that just want to sell you information for ads. So tell me, what did you guys think about the movie? Did you guys think this movie was really good? Did you guys think this movie deserved a sequel or not? Did you think the hate and everything this movie got was deserved? And overall, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, see you guys in the next video, okay? You stay you, and I'll stay me, okay? I love you.